Hello, this series of video clips has been created by a group of 8 traumatic brain injury survivors in order to fill a void in information in terms of what to expect after a brain injury. As a survivor or relative of somebody who's just survived a traumatic brain injury, this video will show you firsthand what we as 8 survivors have gone through, what we've had to suffer, what actions have worked to help us improve, and what we expect from the future. The thing to remember, of course, is with a brain injury of any type, it is going to be unique to the individual. So what we've gone through will be an example of what to expect or what you can use as a tool to help your recovery, but it will be specific to you. So please find this helpful and good luck hunting for information as to how to improve yourself.
Hi, my name's Giles Spencer. I had a motorbike accident back in 2015, and following that I sustained traumatic brain injury. It's now 2020. I'm 5 years in recovery. I've tried to look at the positives in what I've done. I've been through three different jobs, all highly pressured jobs, and I've managed to hold down each one of the jobs. I've now got a chance, following my brain injury, to reevaluate myself and reevaluate life. When I mean reevaluate life and reevaluate myself, I mean I've can wipe the slate clean. All the bad I can now readdress, because it's a new me. It's a new me because the old me's gone. So I hope that you can see when following our brain injuries that you can wipe the slate clean and be a new you, but a better you, and you can remold yourself as to what you want to be. Well, I hope it all goes well, as mine's going well. So all the best to you, and good luck. Thank you. Bye.
Hi there, my name is Carl Brooks. I am a brain injury survivor, traumatic brain injury survivor. On the 3rd of September 2018, I left my house to go and do a job as normal. And little did I know that day would change my life. This is the story through other people, but basically I put a ladder up on a house, what I'd done a million times before, and I looked up and I thought, it looks safe enough, but it wasn't. Very quickly it wasn't very safe. I fell off the ladder, landed on the concrete patio, was airlifted to London Hospital, where I underwent some treatment in their rehabilitation, not rehabilitation, trauma unit for a week. I was allowed home. I didn't really have a recovery plan or anything built around it. I was very dizzy, I had vertigo, I was still being sick, that type of thing. And yeah, I took a month or 2 off work, and then slowly went back to it, sort of pulled my socks up and just got on with life, really. So there was no recovery plan. I didn't even know I had a brain injury.
Hi, my name is Hassan Ispe. January the 1st, 2018, I had a motorbike accident. I don't remember a thing from the accident, but I was told that a car suddenly tried merging off and we must have clashed into each other, and I flew over the car and suffered a light brain hemorrhage. I had a concussion. I was in the hospital for 5 days, which I don't remember a thing from it either. And after my discharge, I thought I was alright, everything was okay. I tried going into work, but I started realizing the symptoms, where I was having a lot of forgetfulness, forgetting how to do certain specific jobs that I used to always do, and just suffering and feeling really fatigued whilst doing the job. I was lucky because I had a lot of support from friends and family.
My brain injury occurred in March 2016 when I went out for a cycle ride and was run over by a transit van. It broke my back in 4 places, and in the ambulance on the way to the hospital I had a stroke. On arrival at hospital, the blood clot was removed from my head, but that evening, while in bed, I had a brain hemorrhage. That required my head here to be cut off in order to relieve the pressure, but the blood had already damaged the brain severely, and a whole third of the brain has been destroyed.
Hi, my name is Pontus, and I'm going to talk about fatigue. Fatigue is definitely a big problem, I'd say, when it comes to brain injury. I'm suffering quite severely from it, and I know a lot of other people in the group do too. It is something that just comes over you. It's something that's really hard to explain to relatives, friends and family. Just because it's so profound, and it's nothing you can really rest yourself out of or rest yourself into.
Hello, my name's Terry. I'm part of the rehabilitation group at Queen's Square. I'd like to make a short video for anyone who's had a brain injury, or any family and friends that may be looking for information. Every brain injury is different. And what I would say is, when it comes to your symptoms, you may not know why you're having certain symptoms, and like I said, everything's different. With me, a big one was fatigue. Didn't know why I was tired, but yeah, what I've done is I got help, and what I found was the quicker I got the help, the more I understood why I was having these symptoms. And the quicker you know, the quicker your family knows, the better you and your family can deal with it. My main message basically is get that help quick. I'm going to try and put some links into this video for charities, as in Headway, which helped me a lot. But there are other charities out there and groups, so find one that suits you, and as soon as possible. Thank you. Good luck.
Some things that help me when it comes to fatigue is definitely having things planned out properly. So blocking out things during the day so you don't do too much and overstretch yourself. You have a limited amount of energy and you want to use it at the correct places during the day. And mindfulness is something that helps quite a lot too, which is really helpful. It's been really helpful for me. It makes you calm down, and it makes you rest up, fills up your battery a bit.
I think the biggest strategy that that I've used to recover as much as possible after the brain injury is to give myself more patience. It's a long road to recovery, and to not expect it all to happen really quickly, and therefore allow myself to take things really slowly, little bits by little bits, and therefore just accepting that things aren't going to happen overnight. I think once I started using that strategy, those little gains that I was doing felt like big wins.
In terms of how the progress of my plan of recovery is going, I made the big mistake of not planning very thoroughly a course for recovery. So I suggest that you start off by creating a plan very early on and not wasting the first 2 years, which are the critical time to recover as much as you can. So physically, I've had lots of issues with my left side, and my arm and hand are pretty much still paralysed. It took me a couple of years to get to walk again properly, but even now I still have to use a stick. And the strategy for that was just repetition. And one of the key words for physical issues after a traumatic brain injury is use it or lose it. If you manage to get something working, whether it's walking or getting your hand working or anything, then you've got to keep doing it as often as you can in order that the neurons don't basically dissolve away. So keep trying to do everything you can, whether it's a thumbs up or writing or using cutlery or walking or anything. Just keep trying to do it, and repetition will make it work eventually. But do as much as you can as early as you can. If you leave it over 2 years, it'll be harder, so get on with it. And then in cognitive, I've got quite a few cognitive issues, so I couldn't go back to my old job. I did do a piece of work, but unfortunately they had to fire me because I wasn't up to it. But on this again, I'm just going to keep trying and keep trying to get small pieces of work and go into the office and use going into an office to do some work as therapy in itself. So I urge you to keep trying, but straight away get on with as much as you can in the first 2 years, because that's the key time. But do not give up. Keep trying everything, and good luck.
After 6 months down the line from my accident, I started realizing that there was actually something wrong with me. At first I thought everything was alright. I just had an accident and I recovered after the 5 days with just tiredness and being fatigued, just thinking that's just normal after the accident, and thought that it's going to recover quick. But however, after 6 months down the line, I've realized that there was actually something wrong with me, and started seeking for help from professionals. And once I started getting the help from the professionals, then I realized there was actually something I needed to work on then, and not avoid it, because I was avoiding it at the beginning, thinking I'm gonna be alright within 1 week, 2 weeks time, but really and truly it was going to take a lot more longer.
Yeah, I'm also gonna talk about the problems I've had with reading emotions in people. It's something that I've had quite a big problem with since my brain injury, and it's just the way of reading subtle emotions. I can understand big emotions like somebody laughing or somebody crying or somebody yelling, but it's the things in between that are really hard for me to understand. It's the subtleties, and this is also a thing that's really hard to come across to friends, families, and wife for that matter, where I normally have to ask my wife, what are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you sad? When she's in some sort of mood that I don't really understand, which can be a bit awkward, at least to begin with. She's quite used to it right now, though.
Yeah, my advice would be to have an MRI or another CT soon after you come out of hospital, just to see how things have changed from when you had the brain injury to after. and really sort of get a hold of your neurologist and just keep on. Yeah, just more information is what's needed. Once you've got the information, you can make a plan, and you know, with the right support around you, sort of go at it.
What strategies have helped me in my life? Basically, the biggest thing is I'm trying to keep positive. The biggest thing is that I've got another chance.
I think it's important to try and take as many positives out of a traumatic brain injury as possible, because you always hear about the negatives, and it's important to try and take as many positives out of it as you can. I know for me, one of the biggest positives that I had was that I was forced to take a step back in my life and basically reevaluate it, realise what things were really important to me that I was doing and what things weren't as important to me, and therefore now do the things that are important to me more and the things that are less important to me less. You know, it's made me a more compassionate person towards others, made me more caring, more thoughtful. And I think that's definitely something that's changed. It's a traumatic brain injury, but something that's changed for the better. So it's therefore a positive.
After leaving the hospital in March 2018, and we are in March 2020 now, so it's been 2 years. There has been a big change. I have coped with a lot, and I have learnt a lot from the CBT class and the psychological sessions that I'm attending, the traumatic brain injury sessions. But the good thing is that now that I do know what side effects I had after my injury and how I am coping with them right now, developing on them, improving on them. I'm also married now, which is a good thing, and my family are there to support me all the way through it, and they do understand, which is a good thing.
Positive side of my brain injury was that it just showed me how much I mean to my friends and family around me, and how much they supported me and how patient they was with me, because my mood was keep going up and down, and I was getting really angry, really frustrated with everyone around me, but they was being really patient and understanding, although I never understood why I was that they actually did, and it was really amazing to see that.
What positives have come out of this? Positives for me are that I've had time to slow down, stop, have a think about deep stuff like life and whether this stuff is actually worth getting up a ladder for that was unsafe. And it felt like blood money when I got up that ladder for a few of them notes. But yeah, so positive. It really makes you reflect on what's important to you, and none of that stuff can buy what's important to me. My life, my family, my friends, I'm here because of the grace of God, and the ambulance service and the air ambulance service and everyone that actually did that little tiny bit. They did their job on that day. But yeah, it's made me slow down, take a look at myself, not take myself too seriously. Realise that I can't do everything myself, and that I have to ask for others for help. And even in my business, I've allowed people to step up and take a little bit of responsibility, and that's allowed me to sort of take a step back, and allow other people to flourish.
A question about how family and friends fit into your recovery plan. Me personally, my family and friends have been brilliant. have not been so close with some friends, but got even closer with other friends. When it comes to family, it can be tough for them because it's not easy looking after sometimes your partner and seeing a bit of a change in them. But the more information you do get, the easier it will be, and the more of a relief you might find it that you know why certain people are acting in certain ways. And yeah.
It was so great having my family right next to my bed the day I had woken up, which was after a few weeks of me being in coma. But it was very great to see my brother, my mom and my sisters next to me whilst I was in intensive care. And it's just one of them things, you never ever expect this, but it's great that you've had that. And at the same time, it's just about giving that time.
Meeting the guys on this rehabilitation program has opened my eyes and changed my whole outlook. See, if it wasn't for these neuropsychologists that actually come to me with this program, I would still be out there trying to work, thinking it was me going mental, thinking I was on my own, thinking that nobody else knew what I was feeling inside, knowing that I was wrong, and my sense of reality was different to what was going on around me and inside my head. It's crazy. But if it wasn't for these guys that all have got something in common, we've all got brain injuries, and listening to their struggles and the things that they fight against, I fight against the same thing. So, you know, just know that you're not alone. You're not alone. And there's help out there. Tiny little adjustments. We've been through this program and we've made tiny adjustments, and then tiny adjustments are like a domino effect, and it really makes big changes in your head. Yeah, just thinking like, you know, it's all in our head. The brain injuries, yeah, I want to thank each one of the guys that's done a video and put it on here, and I want to thank each one of the guys that have been present in the meeting and vulnerable in the meetings that we've had, and guys that have shown me that it's okay to open up, and it's okay to say, do you know what, I can't do all this myself, and I need your help. And a little did I know, but each one of them has helped me just a little bit, but again, with that domino effect. Thanks, guys.
Just to sign off from this video, for anyone out there who's looking to go into a group, or maybe you ain't feeling up to it, or it's not appealing to you, that there are groups out there that you will find helpful. I've met these two guys through my group and consider them good friends now, so you know.
Yeah, definitely. Groups are the way forward. Even though you might not feel like it at the moment, it might just be that you're really tired, you're not feeling it at all, you just want to lay in bed. It's really important to get out there and to meet people, and to especially meet people with similar situations. Now, coming from similar situations actually as yourself, because it is something that is going to strengthen you as a person.
And to move on, you just got to take it day by day. It's like doing nothing and then doing something. At the end of the day, you're helping yourself. You've been given another chance, so why not try it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, get yourself out there. There is a place for you. There are people going through a similar situation to you, and you're not alone.